Oh, no, 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 no. That was close. I'm not going back to Jakku! So you can just forget it. Stop pestering. No! Nobody wants to go there. We all want to go to Agent Kloss. It's the hot new place to hang out. And I also, there we go, want to play as the First Order, so my options were limited. Welcome to Star Wars Battlefront 2, The Rise of Skywalker, and welcome to the Kloss Lands. As I'm sure most of you are aware, that's the brand new map of the Rise of Skywalker update, and it's one of the brand new planets in the Rise of Skywalker. We had a couple new planets in the movie, one of which is the Christmas planet, where all the Nazis are. It was straight out of World War II, which was really, really fun. Anyway, what's up, guys? I hope your Saturday's going good. I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming today, but probably for a couple of hours. I'm going to stream again in a couple of days. I don't know if this is going to be the spoiler stream. Probably not, because I didn't put spoiler in the title, which I really should do if I do a spoiler stream, which I certainly am looking forward to, because I really did enjoy Rise of Skywalker in a way that I didn't expect that I would. God, I'm tempted to get into spoilers. I'm gonna try not to anyway. What's up, guys? The game seems way better. It is way, way better than it was on launch. I mean, it's not even like it was bad on launch. It's that it was. It was bad and it was good, and it just wasn't a great balance of those two things. Like, man, I don't know. Battlefield 1 had really weird gameplay, but it was a really fun game and didn't have pay to win. The biggest problem with Battlefront 2 on launch was the pay to win, and honestly that was really goddamn depressing. I remember this interview with this developer, and this is only a little related to Battlefront, but years ago when Batman Arkham Asylum first came out, this one developer was just super goddamn depressed because most people, not most people, but a lot of people they could tell were playing Arkham Asylum. Yeah, Arkham Asylum. They were playing Arkham Asylum with Detective Mode on, and they're just mostly playing the game in Detective Mode because they didn't want to miss any secret stuff, and it's just super helpful to play in Detective Mode, so they were missing the awesome environments. And the developer that was being interviewed, he was an environmental designer, and he was just super depressed because nobody got to see he and his team's awesome work, because they just were blasting through the game in Detective Mode. I remember that was actually a problem back when that game first came out. Well, whatever. I was super depressed for the awesome guys at DICE and the artists that just worked so hard to bring this game to life, and then some people made the decision, some people on some board of some director made the decision to have those star card loot box nightmares that just ruined the whole damn thing. And the game still hasn't completely recovered. I mean, has the game recovered? Yes, but has the game's image recovered? No, it has not. But the game's awesome, yeah. Long story short. Actually, that's a goddamn lie. Long story was long, but there you go. That's what happened. You loved Rise of Skywalker. Okay, how many of you guys have seen The Rise of Skywalker? The way I said that made it sound like I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You haven't seen The Rise of Skywalker. You said you loved it. Who here has seen The Rise of Skywalker? I saw it twice. I meant to see it a third time, but it was either see that or Marriage Story, and I chose Marriage Story. Ooh, is Kylo Ren... Kylo Ren's not available. Why the hell would you tell me Kylo Ren's available? I know how many points he costs, okay? What I don't know is if I can actually play as him. And it turns out I couldn't. He was taken. Yeah, I played the Lego Star Wars games. Man, I was hooked up to an intravenous of Lego Star Wars games when I was a kid. The Lego Star Wars Clone Wars. Actually, it wasn't called Lego Star Wars Clone Wars. That's another Lego Star Wars game. The first Lego Star Wars game that took place during the Clone Wars, the prequels. Not the Clone Wars show tie-in. That's a different game. Anyway, I grew up on that. I 100%ed that game multiple times. Actually, the first time I 100%ed it, I actually 99%ed it because there was this one. I was missing one mini kit. The only thing I was missing was a single mini kit, and I couldn't find it. Hold up. I couldn't find it. It was in the Attack of the Clones level, and it just bugged the hell out of me. Give me a second. I'm changing my filters. There we go. Color correction was still on. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying not to spoil it. But yeah, even if you've already answered, please answer again. Have you seen The Rise of Skywalker? Because I got sidetracked. Some jerk brought up Lego Star Wars and it took all my attention. Thanks a lot. Now I look like I have dementia. All right, back to the movie. Oh fuck yeah! Pardon my language. This is Star Wars after all. Yeah, you do? Awesome, man. Yo, that's so cool. That's so cool. Thank you, Garrett. Thank you for sharing that with me. Yeah, my extremely limited run of merch. And you snagged one. That's awesome. I'm glad you like it, man. I have it myself. I don't wear it outside of the house because that would just be super cringy because it's my, you know. I wear, shirts representing other people, but I'm not going to wear a shirt representing myself. That's fucking weird. Damn my language. Can we just have one F-bomb in a Star Wars movie so it makes it okay for me to do it in a Star Wars live stream? Yeah, that'd be nice. So a lot of you guys have seen it. A couple of you guys haven't. Bethany hasn't. Bethany's the only one I see right now that hasn't. Oh, Maximus hasn't. Spoilers don't bother me, I'm seeing it anyway. Honestly, so the thing is, there's not a lot that you can spoil, in my opinion. I'm not going to spoil things. I might spoil some minor things, okay, but I'm going to be careful. And you guys know that if I'm going to be careful, I'm probably not going to spoil anything major, maybe something minor, but I'm going to be very careful. That just sounded like some politician bullshit. Yes, I'm aware of the budgetary issues with the government spending, but, you know, as you're aware, I only spend, if it's going to be good spending, so you can probably trust my spending. It's going to be good. There's nothing I can spoil, in my opinion, because I've seen the movie twice, and the first time I saw the movie, I was lucky. I didn't get any spoilers. Almost took Ray down. The first time I saw the movie, I wasn't spoiled. So, I went in completely blank, and I still knew everything that was going to happen. I correctly assumed it, and it didn't lessen my enjoyment. Twists don't make a good movie. They can be fun, but I don't need them. Honestly, some of what people consider are the biggest spoilers were revealed in the first 5 minutes, literally. So, once you get past that first 5 minutes, you're good, man. What else could be spoiled? I'm thinking right now. Oh, yeah. You know, who lives, who dies. Yeah, that stuff. But I assumed that. I was correct. Also, Twitter. Well, okay, let me ask you something. Who here has not seen the movie and has not been spoiled? As of this second. Who has not seen the movie and has not been spoiled? Because I will be really impressed. You must not have a Twitter account because people all over Twitter are bitching about this one moment, which could be considered a spoiler. I fucking loved it! I love that moment! Man! I mean, I gotta get my material from somewhere. That's a joke, by the way. Totally joking about that. No, I loved this. I loved it. I'm not going to be able to talk about it until the spoilers stream. Hey, there's that creepy spy who was actually in the movie. I thought he was made for Battlefront. I think he's pretty disturbing, if I'm being honest. I like the one with the horns. I think that one's kind of cute. But this other one, no, man. No, the K-Fex spy. Oh, shit. The K-Fex spy is gross. Is the game sound that loud? Well, one guy's saying it. See, the thing is, I tested the game sound before I started this stream, and to me it sounded perfect. Because I could hear the game and it was immersive, but I could hear my voice just fine. Anyway, I lowered the game a little bit, so Hopefully that's perfect. You know, I'm gonna lower it just a little more. Congratulations, man! After this live stream is over, there's an 80% chance I'm deleting this live stream because if the beginning's too loud, then fuck it. Screw it! I'll just do another live stream another time. I'm not gonna save a subpar live stream. That hasn't stopped you from saving subpar streams in the past, Matthew. Get the hell out of here. Damn, I love that. Oh, that's such a cool ability. Kylo Ren and Darth Vader have some of the coolest abilities in the game of any hero. Oh, crap. I'm getting cocky. Oh, shit. Shit. No! I was like, how did that other Kylo Ren die? Seriously. How could he possibly die? He's so powerful. This is co-op. Your overconfidence is your weakness. Your faith in your abilities is yours. God, that was terrible. How's the volume now? Volume should be good. Also, there was, it's so funny. I'm reading the comments and, it's so sad that you have to explain this. I'm gonna explain it anyway, because I do have to explain it. When I say The Last Jedi is objectively good, it is objectively good in many ways. Does that mean that, in my mind, your criticism is invalidated? No, it does not. There's plenty of objectively good movies that I don't like. And another thing is it objectively good? Star Wars? Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm just speaking strictly from a filmmaking perspective. The cinematography was great. A lot of the story hooks were great. Was it good for Star Wars? Shit. That's up to you. It's up to everybody that watches it, isn't it? Was what they did with Luke Skywalker a good choice? For Star Wars? For Luke? For his character? I don't know. To me it was. But to everyone else it's going to be a different story. Regardless. There's my disclaimer. It's so ironic to me. When Brie Larson was doing her movie advertisements, I guess they're called interviews, when she was doing her interviews for Captain Marvel and her little puff pieces, and she said, "Is that a personal attack or something?" Like, so many of the guys that criticize her and hate her, don't get me wrong, a lot of the stuff she said was a bad idea, to be delicate, but it's not like they're any different. They take everything as a personal attack, and I'm not referencing anybody in particular, okay? As ironic as it is for me to need to say that. Yo, I'm just having fun, man. Movies are just, that's what it's supposed to be, right? You're supposed to have fun with it? I don't know. I try not to take it too seriously. Oh, I love this map. A lot of people don't like it, but I adore it. It's so damn fun! I hate this map. Totally off topic to the stream, but how do you feel about the current situation of America to... Oh, Jesus Christ, man. It's like we're playing hot potato and you just gave me the bomb. I'll say this. The political situation sucks worldwide. We need a patch, because this is terrible. Yeah, worldwide politics right now is just truly a awful, dire situation. Good God. I'll leave it at that. The unfortunate thing... Oh, that looks so cool. The unfortunate thing is, with politics, everyone thinks they're right. So, it's It really sucks. I mean, and it takes a... Please, this is not me tooting my own horn. For God's sake, that's not what I'm about to say is, but, as a person that's reasonable, it's impossible to speak to politics to almost Palpatine! Yo, I'm gonna back him up. I'm gonna get off politics in 30 seconds. It's impossible to speak to politics about about politics to almost anyone, because if you're reasonable like myself, you'll call yourself into question. You will, you know, you'll do your best to like inspect your world views and are they right? Are they wrong? Where are the cracks? You know, nothing's infallible. But are the people you're talking to gonna do that? Probably not. So what you're doing is what everyone should really be doing, but not everyone's gonna be doing that, and most people are not. So politics, unfortunately, is it's a situation where reasonable people lose. Reasonable people... Oh, fuck! Fuck! God damn it. Anyway, that's it. I'm done. I'm not gonna talk about politics anymore because, it's useless. I'm playing goddamn Star Wars Battlefront. What the hell does what I think matter about politics? And that goes for, you know, YouTube chat rooms and everything else. It's not the place for it. And it's just gonna have, like, the worst discussions, the worst roundtables you've ever seen. Star Wars is political enough, for God's sake. It really is. I mean, God damn it, I said I was gonna get off politics. And considering what I just said, this is going to sound terribly ironic. But for most of the political situations going on, it's not that difficult. What's right and what's wrong, it's really not. And that's what makes it so difficult, is because what's right and what's wrong doesn't matter. Sense doesn't matter. Reason doesn't matter, because reason is only going to make you look weak to unreasonable people, because to them, being unreasonable is being strong. It doesn't matter if you're right, it doesn't matter if you're wrong, it just matters if you're obstinate. Obstinance is all that matters, because if you get in a fight with a toddler, you know, like, I don't know, don't slap your juice box onto the floor, it spills onto the floor. I didn't slap my juice box. Or, nuh-uh. And no matter what you say, they just say nuh-uh. Welcome to politics, circa 2019, 2020, it was in 2018 too. Is that circle a lie? Yeah, it is. It is! The circle's a lie! I remember that now. Back when this first came out in 2017, I tried using that circle, and the circle just didn't always work. Yeah, look at that. That circle sucks! How has that never been fixed? When I got run over, you thought it was blood, not sand? Oh god. I guess it is, you know, the planet's blood. Crate is bleeding! Damn it. What do you think about the fall of the Empire? Well, there's been a couple of those now, hasn't there? Wait, is that the title of a book or something? Fall of the Empire, Fall of the Empire. Now my mind's trying to remember if that was, wasn't there a game? No, that's Shadows of the Empire. I'm sorry, you'll have to elaborate. I'm so bad with names, I really am. Shadows of the Empire is one of my favorite Star Wars games ever made, and yet, I forget the name sometimes. I actually do. Alright, I gotta focus at least a little bit.
Push forward. Annihilate anything in our way.
I've noticed, because I don't watch a lot of live streams. I watch a lot of videos, but not too many live streams. sometimes they just don't talk. I talk almost non-stop the whole 2-3 hours that I live stream. I don't know. When I watch live streams, I'm watching for the discussion, you know. I'm not really watching for the game. Not really. I don't really care what they play, I guess. I'm just there to listen to them talk. So, to me, I guess that's me projecting, so damn it, I talk a lot. Because that's the most interesting, and talking to you guys, and, you know, that's the most interesting part of it for me. So I assume that of my viewers, I assume that's what they want, so I just talk constantly. The book, oh, yes, of course. There's actually a lot of good Star Wars books and comics. That is one of them. I got it mixed up with the game's name. I tell you what is oh god, it scared the hell out of me. I tell you what's another good, it's not a book, but it's one of the comic series. I've only read the first issue, but I really did enjoy the first issue. Kylo Ren. The Kylo Ren comics is kind of like the Vader comics. It's following him and the Knights of Ren a little bit. And, oh god damn it. I gotta watch it! I'm just wasting those points. The first issue was, it was tight. I enjoyed it. I like the Knights of Ren. I wish there was more done with the Knights of Ren. I mean, people complain about Phasma, but... Phasma's character development dwarfs the Knights of Ren. Dwarfs. Hell, Phasma's character development in The Last Jedi dwarfs the Knights of Ren. Which is, you know, I don't care for that. Also, is this a glitch? Because, is that supposed to be... Okay, this lighting, it looks like the sunlight is ignoring the caves, and the sunlight is casting down here. I don't remember that when this map first came out. But, yeah, look at this. It's sunlight. It's sunlight. It's not these lights. Look at the shadow. The shadow is ignoring the rock, but hitting structures like this. Since when did this happen? I don't remember this in 2017. This must have happened this year or something? I'd be very curious to know what's going on there if someone knows what's happening.
Special operative on site and taking point.
You know what? Fallen Order is such a weird thing for me. I don't really like it. I don't really like it. That's the truth. But it's a good game. It is. Like, if I'm looking at Fallen Order objectively, it's good. The gameplay is solid. It's a little bit like Sekiro. Little Soulsy. I'd say it's a little closer to Sekiro than Dark Souls. The environments are beautiful. I like the plot. I think the plot's fun. I think the characters are fun. I think that the actor of Cal Kestis does a good job, and the actor of the Inquisitorius, the second sister, I think she does a great job. And I love the Mentor. The Mentor is my favorite character. I think she's great. So I would recommend it to most people. Most Star Wars fans, definitely. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, you might enjoy it because it's just solid. That being said, I don't like it. I just don't. I don't really enjoy it. Even though it is good. And that's the thing, like some people, because I've streamed it, I've talked about it, and some people are really confused why I speak so positively and why I recommend it, even if I don't like it. I mean, there's a lot of really good movies that I don't like. I hate Avengers, but it's a good movie. It's solid. But I really don't like it. However, I recognize that other people will. I'm trying to think of a game. Oh, Fortnite. Fortnite. I don't like Fortnite. I'm not one of those people that hates it because it's popular. I just don't like the gameplay. But it's good, and I know why people like it. I'm not gonna not recommend somebody try something just because I don't like it. Mando is probably coming to this game, yeah. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, there's not that, well, okay, you know what? No, wait, hold on. Let's think about this. Let's think about this.
I fear the Supreme Leader has
Where would
convictions of
Mandalorian fit
failure.
into this game?
The First Order will win this war. though
Think
we
about
may
that.
not
If he's coming to the game, he's not, like, what side would he be on? I guess, I mean, I haven't watched all the episodes of The Mandalorian. I probably will at some point. I don't really like the show. Oh, everyone leaves. Half the viewers drop. Again, it's a good show. I just don't like it. So, I don't know. The way I viewed it is, the Mandalorian works for himself. I think, didn't they, like, chicken out? Or not chicken out. They can give him whatever plot arc they want to. Didn't they chicken out and, like, oh, well, he doesn't just work for money. Now he does the right thing because he has Baby Yoda. And Baby Yoda's cute. So we can't have the Mandalorian be evil. You know what I would have loved? Freeze Baby Yoda in carbonite. You know, keep safekeeping. So he's not gonna bother you. He's not gonna be fiddling with your ship controls. Just freeze him in a block of carbonite, and he's safe. You can do what you want with him. You don't have to, you know, use him for payment.
First order here,
You
everyone.
can just keep
Don't
him
get
back
us
there, you know,
Those
however long you
AM6s
want
look
to.
tough, but they're not invulnerable if you have a group of daring, resourceful
But
resistance fighters on your
I don't
side.
know.
With me,
Is that even
here's the
is that
plan.
spoilers? Should I even be asking you guys to answer this? I don't care about spoilers, but I care about you guys getting spoiled. I'll probably never watch it. No, fuck it, I'll watch it. And would he be a good guy or a bad guy in Battlefront? Don't answer that because I don't want anyone to be spoiled. But I tell you what, Baby Yoda's a great design. And I think they really should add the Mandalorian to the game if they can find it, because even if it doesn't quite make sense narratively, people would love it. I think it would be a lot of fun if they could do like a Mandalorian expansion, maybe a couple of the locations, maybe. So I really love the Stormtrooper skins. I mean, they're not skins in the show, but I love the concept of the Stormtroopers. They're all dirty, they're beaten. Some of their stuff is in disrepair. Now that is interesting to me. That is fascinating. If I could get a story following some of these Imperial loyalists, give me that. Give me that. I would pay the $6 a month just for that. I don't know how big of a I think you guys could probably tell me this without spoilers. So, if I don't care about the Mandalorian as a character, if I don't care about Baby Yoda that much, but if I really need to start paying attention. I'm doing okay. I'm 4th place. Yeah, I'm 4th place, but I'm not gonna stay there if I keep playing like this. You're too reckless, Maverick. You're a loose cannon. You gotta rein it in. Okay, so, without spoilers, if you can tell me if I don't like the Mandalorian as a character, I don't care about him, I don't care about Baby Yoda, I don't care about any of that stuff. I don't care about, what is it? The Way It Is? I Have Spoken. The only thing I care about are the Imperials. How much of the show am I gonna get the Imperials? Are they truthfully like a somewhat minor character? Is that what they are? Like, well, they're in there a little bit, but maybe 10%, I would say, is comprised of Imperials, the entire arc, maybe 10%. Something like that. But yeah, I think maps and characters from, damn it. I think maps and characters from The Mandalorian would be a very smart idea. And I wouldn't be surprised if they were working on that, because what have they done so far? They've added a lot of Clone Wars content to Star Wars Battlefront 2. They've added a lot of sequel trilogy content to Star Wars Battlefront 2. But how much have they added to original trilogy? Not much. So that may be the next thing. They've done prequel, they've done sequel. What's left? Original trilogy. And what's kind of close to the original trilogy? I know it doesn't take place in it, but it's got Imperials. Mandalorian. God, I'm getting wrecked. Alright, I'm gonna be careful with this guy this time. Let's spawn at base. So, this guy, the KFX spy, has orbital bombardment, which is amazing. The last 2 episodes, the Empire's a big part. They're in it a lot. Okay. See, that's the thing. I don't understand what, like, I don't get all riled up if someone doesn't like what I like. Like, Batman v Superman. Oh, boy. Massive, like, Batman v Superman, but you don't like the Mandalorian? Yeah, I don't care if you don't like Batman v Superman. That's fine. I'm not gonna get offended. You can like what you want to like. I always prefer playing as the Empire on Crate. Jesus Christ. I hate those walkers. They're so good. And they only seem to have eyes for me. Where are these guys? Oh, there's one over there.
Walker triggering a proximity alert.
Did I hit it? No.
Sending mortar strike to one.
Oh, wait. I descended.
Unidentified
I've barely
first
played.
order
Yeah!
attacking.
I've barely played as this guy. Oh, close one. I should have saved it. I almost have it again. I know where they are. They're at the mouth of that cave. So if I could just get up there and...
Scanning area.
Yes! Woo! Check it out! Wait, what? I didn't get a kill? I didn't get a single kill in my orbital bombardment? What the hell's up with that? Get the hell out of here and fast. Oh, I'm a prime target. Run! No! Ah, at least it was Bosk. At least it was a high-profile death. You know what? That would make sense. But the thing is, we have so many light side heroes in comparison to dark side heroes. Like, how many lightsaber heroes do we have on the good guys' side? We have so many. Cal Kestis would just be. Although they could add, yeah, they could add the second sister. That would be cool if we could have Cal Kestis and the second sister added to this game. I don't think they're gonna do that because it's an EA game. You know, it's just, I don't know. It feels like something that they may not do. I gotta get that sniper that's getting me. I'm loving The Witcher. I've only watched 2 episodes, but I'm loving The Witcher. It's so, it's so awful being me. I hate Marvel. I don't hate it like the people hate Last Jedi. I don't take it personally. It's not a part of my life. I don't even think about it. Until I see Marvel marketing, and I'm just like, that sucks. There's something else I can't enjoy because I just don't like it. I don't like Marvel. I don't like The Mandalorian. And I really don't agree that Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie. In fact, I think that's nuts. I like Batman v Superman. I don't really like Wonder Woman, the movie. It's okay, but it's too Marvel for me. It's too funny, light. Yeah. I love The Last Jedi. Do you see a pattern? I love The Witcher. I don't really like Game of Thrones. Actually, I absolutely positively don't like Game of Thrones. I didn't like it from season 1. Has nothing to do with season 8. In fact, I would probably enjoy season 8. Just because I'm unlucky enough to like what people don't like and not enjoy what people enjoy. It's a lonely existence.
Allied reinforcements. Top combatants on site.
They're in the area. Hold on to it.
Revenge of the Sith. See, that's another thing I anticipate. What happened to the prequel trilogy is going to happen to the sequel trilogy. At some point in the future, just because it always happens, I guarantee, as hard as it might be to imagine, In the future, people are going to be like, you know what? The Last Jedi was pretty damn good, wasn't it? People say it about Attack of the Clones, and Attack of the Clones sucked. Objectively. Attack of the Clones had great ideas. It had some really cool moments, some really cool characters. But, objectively, if people will say that a movie that objectively sucked was good and underrated, that was so cool. Kylo Ren and that Sith Trooper came out of nowhere. Anyway, if people will say unironically that an objectively bad movie like Attack of the Clones is underrated and a good movie, then eventually people will say it about an objectively good movie like The Last Jedi. It'll happen.
On a key position in the mine hangar. We can't cede control.
What don't you like about The Mandalorian? Like I said, I don't think it's a bad show. So it's not, that's not why I don't like it. The reason I don't like it is because many different things. One, I just don't happen to, and I can't explain why. But another reason, which may sound small or silly, I'm a big fan of westerns, and to me, this just feels like it's a cheap try at being a western when it can't hold a candle to the westerns it's inspired by. It can't hold a candle to the Dollars trilogy. It's a cheap imitation. God damn it. I really suck as the Resistance. I mean, I was doing okay as a sniper, but as soon as I get into one of these Resistance heroes, the Wookiee, I'm okay as. Well, that's Chewbacca, but we don't have a Wookiee warrior here. I don't know. So, I've watched many, many westerns, many times, and I finally understand what those people, I guess, like the people that watch the Orville and say, I can't watch it because I've seen too much Star Trek. I love the Orville, and I've seen The Next Generation probably 3 times. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, I gotta get out of here. But I can't watch The Mandalorian because I'm seeing, oh, they pulled this from this Western, they pulled this from that Western. There's not a lot of artistry here, and you know what? They're not doing it as good as the Westerns did it. This is, I could be watching A Fistful of Dollars right now instead of The Mandalorian. He's in a costume, I don't know, like, to me it's just a little too silly. He's wearing a helmet the whole time. I'm sorry, but if someone's wearing a helmet, the acting just isn't going to be as good or as interesting as if he wasn't wearing a helmet. Otherwise, it's saying, well, faces don't matter in acting, you know? They don't add anything, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Dredd is different because you still got his mouth. You know, you still got his mouth. It could be anybody under there. It could be anybody, and you know what? Sometimes it is. Pedro Pascal isn't always in the costume. And I'm not just talking about stunt actors. He's not always in the costume. And he doesn't need to be in the costume because it really doesn't matter if he is or if he isn't. He's a voice actor. I wouldn't call this nitpicking because the entire show, from the episodes that I've seen, is just their Western, you know, like, oh, this is our version of this scene from A Fistful of Dollars. This is our version of this scene from this Western. You could call it paying homage. You could call it doing the same thing over again with a Star Wars skin. The point is, there's nothing wrong with it because plenty of shows do it and they do it successfully. What do you think? A Fistful of Dollars is an original. Here's an example. Here, A Fistful of Dollars, these westerns that I'm talking about, they're just western versions of the samurai movies that came a couple years before they did. So nothing's original. Everything's been done before. What does it matter, right? And that is completely right. It doesn't matter if it's been done before because that's not the point. Those westerns are great even though they were samurai movies just a few years prior. Are my criticisms legitimate? To me, they are. Does that mean anything in regards to the show? No, it doesn't. It's not like it's not like the Eternals, where it's just objectively bad. The Mandalorian is objectively good, but it's not enough to say something's objectively good and that you don't like it. And here's what you don't like about it on the internet, because people just don't like hearing bad things about what they like, even if it's an opinion. Which what I just said is an opinion. Yeah, even Star Wars itself is an original. None of that matters. I don't know. We human beings are weird. Like, we're okay hearing about callbacks if it's in a positive light. But if you're hearing about callbacks when I'm being negative like I am, then people don't like listening to that quite as much. But, yeah, I don't know. It's not for me. I'm gonna stop talking about it because I can tell some of you guys don't like it. But yeah, Star Wars is based off of many different things. Flash Gordon's the most well-known, but so it was plagiarized from like 20 different things. And it's great. I love Star Wars. I'm sad that the sequel trilogy has gotten the treatment that it did. I love it personally. I don't like the Rise of Skywalker like I like The Last Jedi. I don't like it in the same way that I like Force Awakens. In fact, the manner in which I enjoy the last, did I say The Last Skywalker? The manner in which I enjoy The Rise of Skywalker, I hate that title. I think it's a really bad title. The manner in which I enjoy it is very strange. And it would almost sound like a negative. But it's not. I enjoy it like I enjoy a Mel Brooks movie. To me, The Rise of Skywalker is a comedy. The tropes in the movie, which there are many tropes in The Rise of Skywalker. It's going to be non-sequel trilogy after that map, so I'm going to go back to the sequel trilogy. The tropes, the writing, the set pieces, the pacing, the characterizations, how the characterizations are sometimes caricatures in The Rise of Skywalker is almost to the point of being parody, and I love it. It's so much fun. It's so silly. Some of the exposition too, especially on Agent Kloss, when the Resistance is just giving exposition, it's so silly. That it's delightful. And I don't mean that sarcastically. I don't mean that like Red Letter Media, for example, where if they're enjoying something in that way, it's because they're laughing at it and they hate it, sometimes. But I actually think it was, maybe it wasn't. We're gonna find out once the movie is on Blu-ray. We've got some behind the scenes stuff. I guess we're gonna find out then. I almost feel like it was intentional. So Power Rangers, bear with me. Power Rangers 2016. Power Rangers 2016. That wasn't 2016. Whenever it came out. It was, I love that movie, but it was so bad. And I swear it was intentional. I don't mean so bad it's good, I mean it was self-aware. It knew exactly what it was. It knew exactly what the studio wanted. It knew exactly what it needed to be. And goddamn, that was lovely. Like, the high school drama stuff with Darius Montgomery, if that is his name. If that is his real name. The guy from Stranger Things. What was his name? Billy. Billy from Stranger Things. He was fucking great. He looked way too old to be a high schooler. The script writing for the high schooler stuff was just full-on parody. It was lovely. It was marvelous. And here, in The Rise of Skywalker, it felt like full-on parody of the sequel trilogy itself, which was great. To me, and by the way, the people that are saying that J.J. Abrams is taking the piss at Rian Johnson, let me tell you, that is such bullshit. Like, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. It really is. You really think that Ryan Johnson gives a shit about, I mean, you really think that J.J. Abrams gives a shit that Ryan Johnson wrote that Luke tossed his lightsaber? He doesn't care. Ryan Johnson, J.J. Abrams, they're fans of Star Wars, but they're not, like, political fans of Star Wars. Ryan Johnson is a very talented director, whether you like The Last Jedi or not. And J.J. Abrams and Ryan Johnson, you know, they're colleagues. I'm sure they respect the hell out of one another. They're both very talented, successful directors. Although, if you ask me, Ryan Johnson's the more talented of the two. Nevertheless, it's not a dig at Ryan Johnson, and I guess it's saltier than Crate that probably came up with that one. But, how I viewed it is like, okay, you had a very specific idea of what you want Star Wars to be. We didn't plan the sequel trilogy out. We messed up. Let's just have fun with it. Every single thing that people complained about with, oh god, what a terrible spawn. I should not have chosen that guy to spawn on. Every single thing that people complained about, they addressed. In The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, they addressed it in the most passive-aggressive way possible in The Rise of Skywalker, or the most heavy-handed way possible. And it was, I swear, it must have been on purpose, just as the script writing was intentional in Power Rangers. They knew what they were doing. They must have known what they were doing. I guess it's possible maybe they didn't know what they were doing in The Rise of Skywalker, but they sure as hell knew what they were doing in Power Rangers. Because Power Rangers is complete schlock to begin with, you know? It's this kids' TV show. Who cares? It's a kids' TV show where people are in bad costumes doing bad kung fu, and it's not even the Americans doing bad kung fu. It's the Japanese show, and they just use clips of the Japanese show. At least that's what they used to do. Maybe not anymore. And they did that to save money. It's hilarious. So, the people that made the 2017 Power Rangers movie, they didn't care about preserving the legacy of Power Rangers. They made a funny movie. And that's what I think that they did. That's my theory with, Denise, stop spamming, man. I'm gonna have to put you in a little tiny timeout. Give me a sec. Well, that took way too long. Oh shit, I did miss your super chat. Let me scroll back up. Sorry about that, man. Where did it go? I think it's gone. I scrolled back up and I couldn't find it. Let me see if I can find it in my, It's not there either. That's weird. But there were some serious moments in The Rise of Skywalker that I really enjoyed. Again, I completely get why some people don't like The Last Jedi, and I would get why they didn't like certain things in The Rise of Skywalker. If you don't like Kylo Ren, you don't like him. I don't care. You know, I don't happen to like, I guess what I'm saying is, I'm so sick of Star Wars fans arguing with each other. I don't care what you like, I don't care what you don't like. I find it interesting to talk about it, but what I mean when I say I don't care is that, I'm not gonna hate you for... That was amazing! He clipped me! The son of a bitch clipped me! That was good. That was... I swear that was intentional, even if it wasn't. Nice. I guess you could call that a low blow. No, what I mean by when I say I don't care is that I'm not going to hate you for your opinions and your likes and dislikes. I'm so sick of people getting mad at other people for liking or disliking things on the internet. Like, the world is falling apart around us. Don't you have more important shit to care about? Jesus Christ, people. Hong Kong is ripping itself to shreds. Millions of animals are dying in Australia. And you hate someone because they like The Last Jedi, or you hate someone because they don't like The Last Jedi. Get over it. And again, I hate all these disclaimers, but I enjoyed discussion about it. I read stuff about movies every single day. Basically, I don't care what you have to say as long as it's interesting. As long as it's interesting. Positive, negative, whatever. Just make it interesting. Damn, he looks cool. I rarely see that new unit using the jetpack in the forward thrust ability. I don't know what that's called. There's a term for it. They got something for it. Oh, damn. I didn't realize we were this far back already.
That walker's over the fire. Blast it to nothing before it recovers.
Oh, crap. Okay. Yeah, come on, come on! Oh, wait, is he in a crater or a trench? He wasn't getting out of the way of my shots. Oh yeah, the Rise of Skywalker was rushed as hell. So the thing is, the Rise of Skywalker is full of problems. Just because I like it doesn't mean that I don't see the problems. I see the issues. Trust me. And it's got plenty of them. But I think some of the people making the movie were well aware that the movie had a lot of issues. And I think they realized we're not going to be able to make an epic space opera finale in the time that we have, and with what The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi gave us to work with. We're not going to be able to do it. So let's just make it big, bombastic, and border on self-parody, which is, in my opinion, the best thing they could have done under the circumstances. Of course, the best thing they could have done would be to get a time machine and release The Force Awakens in like 2017 and have a structured 3-movie arc planned out from the beginning. And all the people complaining about Kathleen Kennedy, so I don't know. I can't believe that all the people that and when I said, God damn it, stop forcing me to use an asterisk. I'm not being completely literal every single time, but for some of the people that complain about Kathleen Kennedy, and they're just so excitedly fervent in their hatred of her, you would think that they would do research, right? Well, if they do research, and you'd think they would if they have such a super strong opinion on Kathleen Kennedy, you'd think they would do some research. And if they did do some research, you'd think that they would know that it's not just Kathleen Kennedy that's the problem. In fact, sometimes she was the opposite of the problem, and sometimes, well, since she wasn't the big boss, she just had no choice but to go along with what the big boss wanted to happen. For instance, Iger, who is the main reason and the main person responsible, not Kathleen Kennedy, that there is no cohesive plan, because he is the one that enforced such strict deadlines and forcing The Force Awakens to come out when it did, forcing The Rise of Skywalker to not have any delays, except that one extremely minor delay of, 10 days? So, I don't know. To be honest, I'm completely and thoroughly sick of people talking about the politics of Star Wars. I want to talk about the movies, where the movies failed and where they succeeded. I don't care about the politics, because you know what? It's so goddamn complicated. Everyone's at fault, but we want one villain, and the villain's Kathleen Kennedy. Everybody forgets about Bob Iger and the rest of it. I think Ike Perlmutter was a problem too, but we forget about them. Favorite film director? That shifts. I love Martin Scorsese, of course. He's one of the greats. I love, right now I'm on a Quentin Tarantino kick. I was a fan of Django Unchained. I was a fan of, God damn it. I was a fan of Django. I was a fan of Inglourious Bastards, but I've been really getting into film the last 4 or 5 years. So I'm watching his movies in a different light, and he is, from a technical perspective, he is so goddamn good. Damn, he is good. He is a lover of movies. So his movies, the tone is, some people think he's too silly or too over the top and too violent. But that's the thing, like, he is able to so thoroughly explore his love of a genre in the way that he directs. It's delightful. I don't exactly know how to put this into words yet. I'm still exploring his filmography right now, but his over-the-top nature is, it's like it so thoroughly coats and covers all the bases of a particular genre in a way that you couldn't if you just made a movie in that genre, you know? It would just be a story of the genre. I mean, a story in the genre, not a story of the genre. Like Death Proof, I love Death Proof. It's considered to be one of his worst films, but I mean, it's Quentin Tarantino we're talking about in the first place. But Death Proof is, oh, it's such a great encompassing movie of grindhouse movies, of old drive-in movies. And you know what? Those movies weren't that great either. They weren't Citizen Kane. So it kind of has to be that. Otherwise, it's just not faithful enough to the genre. It's not a slave to it. And that's what Quentin Tarantino is. He's a slave to the genres that he is impassioned by. And I am such a huge fan of that. I haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yet. I can't wait for it. I really can't.
The only way left is back in the mine.
Kill Bill Volume 3 is happening? Are you serious? Is that official? Because I haven't seen any news about that. You're right. He's on film 9 right now. He said Quentin wasn't going to direct any movies after his 10th film. And honestly, I believe him. I don't think he's like Miyazaki, who continues to direct no matter what after many retirements. I think he's going to move on to other things. Plays, writing. He's a good writer. Here's another thing that I love. Writer-director combos. Rian Johnson, Knives Out. Oof. Knives Out. Such a good movie. This is going to sound awful, but I think after The Rise of Skywalker, even if you like it, you recognize the problems there, right? It was rushed. They needed more time. I love it, personally, but I do recognize that there's a lot of issues.
Perfect.
And I'm glad Rian Johnson's out, honestly. It sounds like I'm not a fan of Star Wars when I say that, but I'm a big fucking fan of Star Wars. And I'm glad he's out, you know? I think Rian Johnson is better served with complete freedom. And he had nigh complete freedom with The Last Jedi. Oh, God. But look how that turned out, you know? Fans didn't want a completely new and creative vision in that way. They wanted a new and completely creative vision that was the new and completely creative vision that they wanted. You know what I mean? When I go and watch a movie, I try to watch it with zero expectations. I don't go into a movie wanting what I want out of that movie. I go into a movie wanting to see whatever vision they had executed well and confidently. I have no expectations, which is like I really didn't like how much speculation there was with The Last Jedi. I thought it was unhealthy. And you know what? I think I was right. There was just too much speculation. If it wasn't a Star Wars movie, I think people would have enjoyed it. And again, I'm not invalidating anyone's opinion. I honestly don't believe that. And I'm not just saying that to look like a good guy. I honestly don't believe anyone's opinion is invalid. It's like music, man. You want to dance to it or you don't. I don't, you know? I don't presume to know what anybody likes or dislikes as a right or a wrong. I'm such a chicken shit when it comes to playing heroes.
They can't be far.
Favorite Star Wars character? Kylo Ren. Adam Driver is an incredible actor.
Let's avoid any of General
Did they
Skywalker's-
explore everything they could have?
Shall we?
No. Unfortunately. But I had a lot of fun with it. I had a lot of fun watching it, and that Force joke is so good. I had a lot of fun watching his arc, nevertheless. We're at 0 hour. May as well go with the Jet Trooper.
Shield door almost shut.
Now, if we're going with my favorite Star Wars character,
Unlucky day.
I would say, I mean, I love IG-88, but that's kind of a cop-out. He's just set dressing. I mean, Han Solo, it's just, somebody said Han Solo, and you know what? I'm really tempted to say Han Solo too, because I am a huge fan of Indiana Jones and Han Solo. But I'm gonna press on. Okay, favorite Star Wars character. You know what? I really like Alec Guinness as Obi-Wan Kenobi. I really, really do. I've always loved him as...
Made it. I told you the
I'm gonna
first
say
order
Alec
wouldn't win
Guinness,
today.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Goodbye, Creighton. Let's get out of here.
I'm really excited to see a more mature Ewan McGregor play somewhere between Alec Guinness and his Obi-Wan. I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be really interesting. I still wish we were getting our Boba Fett movie. I'm torn because it looks like Star Wars for the foreseeable future is it's stuck in television. No more $200 million movies for Star Wars for a while. We're stuck in TV, which is good and bad, you know? I don't know. Some things are better suited to movies, and some things... Crate again? Some things are better suited to movies, some things are better suited to television. I think that we could have had a really tight... We don't need 2 Mandalorian shows, necessarily. We could have had a really tight Boba Fett movie. James Mangold was the director assigned to that movie, and he directed 3:10 to Yuma, the remake with Christian Bale and Russell Crowe in 2005, I think it was. That's, in my opinion, the best modern-day Western next to Unforgiven. Damn good movie. You know what? That's a really interesting thing you brought up, man. Grambo. Han Solo is the only irreplaceable character besides Darth Vader. You know what? That's a really, really interesting question. I'm trying to get to, anywhere but Jakku. Anywhere but Jakku. Give me Takodana. Who is irreplaceable? Give me Starkiller Base. Anything else? I'd say Palpatine's irreplaceable. I've always viewed the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy as Palpatine's story, you know? Everybody's just living in it. I mean, you could argue that we could just get somebody else in for Luke, even though I love him and I love his character. Yeah, I get Han Solo and Harrison. That's a really tough point that you brought up, because I don't know how to argue that. I mean, I can't picture anyone else as Mark Hamill, or anyone else, you know, filling in for him as an actor in the original movies. But when you bring in Harrison Ford as Han Solo, I mean, the man was Indiana Jones as well, you know? Harrison Ford is just such an iconic actor, too, outside of Star Wars. And back when those movies first came out, I mean, Harrison was, he was very popular. He was a hugely popular character. I don't know. That's a really weird point that I've never seen before, and I found it interesting. I didn't ban you, Dennis. I just timed you out for spamming. I don't see anyone else spamming right now. Oh, play Clone Wars. Gamer in the house. Listen, take a note from Corey in the house. No spamming. I want to play as I want to play as Sith troopers. That's what I want. I played so much Clone Wars, I'm almost Clone Wars'd out. When this game first came out, like in the first year and a half for this game, I mostly avoided sequel and original. I just went for prequel. You know what? Let's go to co-op. I'm gonna set up a challenge. As many points as possible. Let's get to first place. Let's put all of our focus into this. Let's go. I feel as though they tried to make another Han Solo with Poe. I didn't really like the character much. In my opinion, he tried too much to be like Han Solo. I felt that too. I like Poe. I think... Oh, crap. That's the wrong map. I think in The Rise of Skywalker more so than either of the other movies that they tried to make him like, okay, people didn't like when he talked to the women in The Last Jedi. Roll back! Make him an adventurer. No more pilot stuff for a little while. That's an overgeneralization, of course. Yeah, The Rise of Skywalker, that's where they really went full board. Let's make him a little Indiana Jonesy. Let's make him a little Han Solo-y. We don't know what to do with this character. Overtime. I'm gonna get one from the beginning. It's the only way we're gonna be able to do this challenge. Or at least close to the beginning. On Agent Kloss. I don't know how many games there are for First Order Agent Kloss co-op, so it might be just the one. Co-op is a good mode. It's like instant action, but with humans. Alright, here we go. Yeah, we're right at the end. Still, I'm gonna do the absolute best I can. Where the hell did Finn go? I like parts of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but there's no debating it's the worst Indiana Jones movie. I don't know about it should never have been made because in my opinion, unless it's something like Star Wars where it affects the next film, they can easily cancel out and just ignore Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. In my opinion, they can easily be ignored in the next Indiana Jones, whatever they do with it, which is a weird concept, but I never agreed with the fact that, a movie invalidates the previous movie. Unless it's like the second or third movie in a trilogy or something like that. But, I just don't care. Like, when the prequel trilogy came out and people said George Lucas ruined my childhood. I can understand if you're saying he ruined what could have been good movies. He should have made better movies. Okay, fine. But Revenge of the Sith kind of made up for that. But how does it invalidate the original trilogy? I've never understood that. Like, damn. I guess the last 2 minutes of the match, we just couldn't. There wasn't much we could do. How does the prequel trilogy make the original trilogy less cool? How does it make them suck? How does it make them worse? How does it make them less important? How does it retroactively ruin your childhood? If you grew up with the original trilogy and didn't like the prequel trilogy, how does it retroactively ruin your childhood is what I want to know. And what I don't understand. Unrelated to you guys in the chat room. I just, it brought up something that I think about sometimes. Yeah, The Rise of Skywalker is a book of missed opportunities. what they chose to spend their time on. I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but what they chose to spend their time on in the movie blows my mind. There's a scene in the desert. You can kind of see it in one of the trailers. It's like there's a festival. There's a Burning Man festival, and I don't get it. I mean, I find it funny. So personally, the comedy side of me, which views The Rise of Skywalker as self-parody of making fun of the sequel trilogy, that's how I like The Rise of Skywalker, because it's making fun of the sequel trilogy. It's like a parody movie. Do you remember Scary Movie? I never thought I think most of the scary movies aren't that good, but it's almost like a scary movie, The Rise of Skywalker, in my opinion. And that's how I enjoy it. But if I'm looking at it seriously, I'm looking at this Burning Man festival with these anteater aliens, and I'm thinking, okay, did we really need to spend 10 minutes here with these funny, stupid-looking aliens that are just dancing? I'm watching these guys do aerobics. I'm watching them dance. I'm watching a puppet show. I'm watching a stupid puppet show with these anteater aliens that look so dumb. They look so dumb. Did we really need that? Couldn't we have spent that on... Oh god, so many things. Oh, so many things. Again, no spoilers, but this was in the trailer. Palpatine is somewhere in the movie. Couldn't we have spent that with Palpatine, for God's sake? Couldn't we? Couldn't we have, like, shown some more of Kylo Ren as Supreme Leader or something? I don't know. Couldn't we have given that screen time to Rose Tico? Okay, maybe not that. Couldn't we have done something better with it? So, the film should have been longer. Alright, the film should have been planned out better from The Force Awakens, yeah, but it wasn't. So, let's talk about The Rise of Skywalker. What could they have done? Made the movie longer. That would have been good. Delayed the movie's release. That would have been good. Again, this is someone who actually enjoys it. Just maybe not in the way it was intended to be enjoyed. I don't know. I still maintain the fact that they knew what they were doing. They knew that they couldn't pull off an epic space opera, so they made a parody movie. What else could they have done? Split into two movies, part 1 and part 2. I would have loved that, because the Sith fleet, in my opinion, is one of the most interesting concepts. And technically that's not a spoiler, because they talked about the Sith fleet in Fortnite before the movie even came out. The official Fortnite tie-in. They talked about the Sith fleet. It's really weird. Oh god. Anyway, split into two movies. The Sith fleet is one of the most interesting concepts that they introduced in the sequel trilogy. That would have been so cool. They didn't do that. Alright, what are we left with? They're not going to make the movie longer. They're not going to delay it. They're not going to split into two parts. What do? How about we manage our time wisely? And not do the 10-minute alien puppet show with aerobics class tie-in. How about that? We don't need that. How about we cut out some of the Wayfinder stuff, because that's kind of stupid? Do we really need, like, the movie to be them traveling to a destination Goonies style? That's a little weird. Maybe not the best use of the time. I mean, when you have Palpatine in a movie, when you have Kylo Ren in a movie, when you have Sith troopers in a movie, is the most interesting thing really a Sith Wayfinder? I don't think so. I really don't. That baffles me. Such a weird choice. Such a strange choice. Also, do we really need to introduce more characters? I think Finn was kind of underutilized. I think Finn had the potential to be a great character. Did we really need to introduce more new characters, like Zori Bliss? Who I thought was pretty cool. I actually liked her. I liked her and Poe's dynamic. But, I mean, is that better than doing Finn justice for Poe or Rey or Kylo Ren or Palpatine? It's a hard question. Okay, what about Zana? The other female stormtrooper deserter. What about her? Did we really need her? So many baffling decisions. The treasonous Jedis. Oh, it's an Imperial Toaster in the chat room.
Against us. All units attack.
Yo, maybe you guys could focus on hunting Jedis more than fighting amongst yourselves. There's not a lot of camaraderie between those people. The Sith Fleet Legions are named after ancient Sith. Yes, they are. It's very cool. I made a video about the Sith Troopers and the Sith Legion and the Sith Fleet. If you're interested in the Sith Fleet, I recommend checking it out. I tried to be very concise. So, I talk about the Sith Trooper in Battlefront, but for about 5 minutes, I think I break down everything that there is to know about the Sith Fleet and the Sith Troopers. I like to be quick in my videos, except live streams because it's long-form entertainment. It's very ironic that I do live streams because in my normal videos, I try to be as quick as possible while not leaving any information out. I spent a long time writing the script because of that. I don't like lollygagging. Alright, I guess their ability caps out at 12, or is there... How many enemies can we have at one time on the enemy team? Look at all those dots. Oh, this ability's so good. These Sith Troopers are awesome. They really are. That was really funny when they just decided to sideline Rose Tico for the entire movie. They really... They weren't being subtle about that. Everything people didn't like about The Last Jedi they addressed. Everything. And it was funny. The lightsaber. Rose Tico. Holdo maneuver. Rey being a Mary Sue. Other things. Oh yeah, Kylo Ren smashing his mask. They don't like the mask gone! Quick, bring it back!
Brittle defenses. Prepare to crush them.
It's so strange how there's like no spoilers and it's like the last movie. The only thing that I think is a genuine spoiler that people can be spoiled of is who's alive at the end. That's it. Everything else is just explained to you almost instantly. Really, the only thing that's a spoiler is when I was watching the movie, I was thinking, are they really going to do this? No. They're screaming at me that this is what's going to happen, but that's not going to happen. They're not going to do that. Are they? Oh my God, they did. There's your spoilers. But that's a story for another time. Can we go in this room? No. Oh my God! They all spawned down here! Oh, sweetness. Yeah, I just figured out how we're gonna get all our points. Just stay down here for a little while, huh? Wait, where'd they go? Oh, Jesus. Look at all those guys. Woo! Alright, my teammates are pushing up. Damn it, wrong button. Let's see. They're gonna spawn down there again. I'm just gonna anticipate it. I'm gonna say yes. Yes! Yes! Oh God. There might be too many now. Oh God. No! Kill from the grave. What are my opinions on Sith Troopers? I highly recommend you check out my video on Sith Troopers that I made. I don't know, I think it's a pretty good video, I think it's pretty entertaining, but not only do I get into Sith Troopers in Battlefront, I also get into the secrets of the Sith troopers and the Sith fleet. It's not a long video, it's pretty short. Especially the part about the Sith fleet. I'm concise. It's not clickbait. There's a lot of stuff that the movie leaves out, and I tell you in a very concise way. But I love Sith troopers in Battlefront. It's something that feels like it rewards skill-based play. Especially their radar? What's it called? Sith radar? Secret tactics. I love it. Secret tactics is amazing. The more kills you get, the more people you can reveal. It turns you into a deadly, unstoppable force. That was a person hiding and crouched in the corner. I wonder how many points it gives me just standing near the objective. Probably a lot, considering that that's how we win.
Take the objective.
My poor teammates. Oh, crap. Damn it. Oh, God. I killed myself. Save them some trouble. I can't tell if you're trolling or not, but this game hasn't been pay to win since... I think the first month of its release, they stopped the pay to win stuff. I mean, they had a lot of stuff to fix because it was built around a pay to win system, so they had to change many things. But this hasn't been pay to win since 2017. And it has been an objectively very good game since mid-2018.
Takodana has been secured, and we will now proceed to cleanse it of all seditious elements.
Agent Kloss is only in co-op right now. Actually, it's in co-op and Heroes vs. Villains, but later this month, we're getting Agent Kloss in Capital Supremacy, because the sequel trilogy is moving to Capital Supremacy. Additionally, we're getting BB-8 and BB-9E as playable heroes. Which is... I don't know how that's gonna work, but I'm so excited for that. Just to see BB-8 go toe-to-toe with Kylo Ren or Darth Vader. The meme potential alone. How the hell are they gonna pull that off? Hey Siri, set the heat to 64 degrees. Hey Siri, set the temperature to 64 degrees. Hope none of you guys have smart thermostats. Ooh, Starkiller Base. I think that DICE should add Rogue One content. We've gotten the prequel trilogy. So here's the thing. If you guys aren't too familiar with what they've been doing with Star Wars Battlefront 2 recently, sorry, we're gonna have to play as the Resistance for a little while. Damn. If you're not too familiar, DICE has been supporting the hell out of this game. They have added a lot of prequel trilogy content. They added Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Geonosis, General Grievous, Count Dooku's pajamas. Not Utapau, unfortunately, my favorite map from original Star Wars Battlefront 2, but they did add Felucia. However, they didn't add the Twi'lek from Felucia, whose name escapes me. But they've added lots of customization. As you can see, you've got lots of different alien races you can play as. They're my favorites. They've got different clone legions.
You volunteered, right? Starkiller is powering up and the fleet's here to blow it to bits. That gives us distraction.
Game modes like Ewok Hunt.
Everyone the order's locked away in this monster.
And you can get this game all the time on sale for like $5 or $10. Or you can buy the Celebration Edition, which just came out, and it gives you all customization options. All skins, everything. The only thing that you can buy in this game with real money are skins, but you can earn that with in-game currency, and it doesn't take that long to earn it either, so it's not unfair. It's not like Overwatch. Yeah. Oof. But yeah, people are really hard on this game, and I'm not saying that's wrong. It's not, because this game's launch was really, really depressing as a Star Wars fan. It was really sad.
Nice. Get those hands dirty.
They massacred my boy. It's not Scarface. It's like a lazy Dutch Van der Linde. They massacred my boy. It's even worse. Somehow. Well, whatever. They massacred my boy. They did. But they've been working damn hard to turn this thing around, and they really did turn this thing around. It's just a shame that that's not how it launched.
Stay with the turbo laser. Countdown nearing 0.
Because it's a really solid game now. It really is. And there's plenty of people playing, so it's easy to find a match. So if you do find this game for a good price, I recommend it. It's objectively very, very good. You may not like the gunplay. That is something to keep in mind. But, wait a second. Is the AC on? No, I can't tell. I tell Siri to turn the heat down. She thinks that means turn the AC on. I like iPhones, but man, they really need to update Siri. She's way behind Alexa. Alexa, play Turn Down for what? Yeah, that's kind of a good way of putting it. This game pulled a Battlefield 4. Now, hopefully Battlefield 5 can pull a Battlefront 2. I mean, isn't it kind of doing that? I think the biggest with content anyway, isn't the biggest problem people have with Battlefield 5 right now, like what they're patching, what they're changing gameplay-wise? People just don't like that. Regardless. Yeah, Battlefield 5 was a disappointment to me. I liked so many things about it, but I fell off pretty quick. I think Battlefield 5 had the fastest fall off of any Battlefield ever.
Allied reinforcements. Top combatants on
And at some point, there are more people playing Battlefield 1 than 5. Not too long after release. That's not good. They needed a plan. And the community had faith. They had goddamn faith. But they did not have a plan. They failed their community. And that is something that you never, ever do. It's been a while since I've done Dutch. So you'll excuse me if I'm a little rusty. Just have some goddamn faith. Oh my god. Oh my god. Woo! She does rip. Wait, what? Thought I heard a lightsaber near me. I don't think it was Rey. It sounded like an evil lightsaber.
First Order Commander hitting us hard.
Main gate is secure. Clear those troopers and grab your bag. Last stop coming up.
Thought there was more of an arc to it than that.
Tension block's not far. Override the cell.
Oh, wait, are we inside already? Son of a bitch.
If we survive, we'll brag for months.
Yeah, we are. Wow, okay. Oh, crap. Going inside Starkiller. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no, 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 no! No! Going inside Starkiller base is like a house of horrors. Did I say house of horrors? I meant House of Horrors, not Horrors. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna find in here. Like a scary amusement park. Halloween Horror Nights.
Access to self-control.
First Kylo Ren, now Darth Maul. This is risky. This is really risky. Oh, nicely done. I've never seen an interrogation. Is this new? I've never seen this before. He looks useless. He doesn't have any arms. He just has a needle pointing downward. I haven't played Red Dead Online recently. I played it a lot, and then I got burnt out because there wasn't a lot of content. And now that there is content, ironically, I'm not playing it. I need to get back in. I'd like a story expansion in Red Dead, personally. Oh god. I hear a lightsaber somewhere.
First Order Commander now landing. Can't see who.
Is it just me, or am I, like, what? Oh, I see. They're still behind the door. The fact that I survived Kylo Ren is a miracle, so I'm not gonna take that kind of risk again. Okay, it's just Anakin.
Elite resistance forces landing.
You know what? I don't know if the grenade launcher is as good as the normal laser. Damn it, I wasn't even standing in the fire! She's great. The Avician gunner. Win the war. Such a good quote for her. Because she's gonna do it single-handedly. Also, that Princess Leia skin is stunning. I've never seen that in game before. Oh my god. I think that's an event skin. I don't even know if you get that with the Celebration Edition. Look how cool she looks. Wow.
One of their top operatives just landed. Be careful!
What's the droid in Fallen Order? What is this, a quiz? BD1? Yeah, it's BD1. Why did they add Dio? Just to sell toys? Dio did nothing. Actually, Dio, for some reason, had the location of a planet they needed to go to. Exegol, I believe. But I don't know. Dio is. I love him. He's cute. I like that he's. I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but I like Dio. He just seemed like an odd choice. BB-8 was like barely in the movie, yet we have Dio. I don't know. Kind of weird. Wouldn't be the only weird choice. Baby Yoda's a Mary Sue, yeah. Listen, there's been a lot of Mary Sues in Star Wars. The difference is, we don't care if it's a Mary Sue until we do care it's a Mary Sue. It's only a problem if people care it's a Mary Sue, and you know what? I was being sarcastic at first, but that's completely true. If people don't have a problem with someone being a Mary Sue, then it's not a problem, is it? They did it well. Baby Yoda's a Mary Sue, but I guess they did it well because no one cares.
Unidentified First Order operative attacking.
Anakin's a Mary Sue, but no one cares. I guess because he's like the chosen one? They should have said Rey's the chosen one, and then I guess people wouldn't care, right? People always get mad when you bring something like this up, but you just have to remember, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about a very small, specific amount of people. Some people, the Mary Sue thing, it's just sexist. If it was a guy, not everybody complaining about the Mary Sue stuff would have been complaining about the Mary Sue stuff. Some people wouldn't have been complaining about it because it's okay. If it was another Anakin, or like an Obi-Wan type character, it's fine. R2 really wasn't that different from Anakin and his powers and stuff. I don't think any of the writers were expecting to get Mary Sue complaints. But that's something they addressed in The Rise of Skywalker. Which is funny. They addressed everything in The Rise of Skywalker. In fact, I think I have a list. Hold on. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, here we go. Rose Tico, gone. Don't like Rose? Don't worry, Internet, we got you. I didn't really care for Rose either, but it was the writing. It's not the actress's fault. The character Rose Tico is bad because the writing for her was bad. I don't really like Canto Bight. Also, the lightsaber. Don't like Luke throwing away the lightsaber. There's a scene for that in The Last Jedi. I mean, in The Rise of Skywalker.
The Resistance dares much today.
And it's not subtle. It's not subtle. It's not like, oh, the lightsaber. A lightsaber is handled in a certain way that is a nod to the people that don't like the lightsaber being thrown in Last Jedi. No, it's not a nod. It's not subtle. It's literally lines devoted to it. Actually, it's a little scene that's devoted to it. It's amazing. They had time for all this. And then we've got more stuff. There's more where that came from. There's an explanation for why Rey is a Mary Sue, for the people that think she's a Mary Sue. There's... None of these are artistic choices. It's one of the big problems with The Rise of Skywalker is that none of those are artistic choices. They're sate choices. They're trying to sate the fans that have a hunger for
Enemy action at the turbo laser.
that stuff to be addressed. And they addressed it. Holdo maneuver, of course, that's another one. And there's so many little things too. But can I talk about the weirdest thing in the Rise of Skywalker? The absolute weirdest thing. Every single alien is an animatronic. Or a puppet. Every goddamn one. I'm not complaining. I think it's great. Here's something the Mandalorian does really well. The Mandalorian has a lot of visual effects, but it also has a lot of... what's the right word? Practical effects. I don't know how I forgot that. It has a lot of practical effects. Mandalorian does that very well. And The Rise of Skywalker... You know what? Let's go back to The Mandalorian. Specifically, it's not just practical effects. It's more than that. The Mandalorian is very good at bringing back the classic Star Wars feel. It feels like the magic of 1970s Star Wars sometimes. 1970s Star Wars, not all of that looks like real life. And that's fine, that's good. Star Wars doesn't always need to look photorealistic, you know? There's nothing like Star Wars. Nothing else like it in the world. And The Mandalorian, I think, is like the first Star Wars property to properly take advantage of that. Because George, with the prequels, you know, is all digital and stuff, and green screen, blue screen. The Force Awakens, super photorealistic. Last Jedi, super photorealistic. But The Rise of Skywalker and The Mandalorian, they bring back some of that old school magic, some of those old school feels. Like having every single alien in The Rise of Skywalker being animatronic or a puppet. But they did supplement it. Like Maz Kanata, I swear to God, Maz Kanata was a puppet. She's a puppet, but they CG'd her eyes. There's a giant snake in the tunnels. That's a puppet. But they CG'd some of the tail, and they CG'd the mouth a little bit. And there's like a tongue too. They supplemented these things with CG, which is... That's one of the weirdest parts of the movie, but it's one of the best parts of the experience of the movie. I'm not saying that forgives the things the movie does poorly, of course not. But I was really surprised, and I liked that a lot. Not just that, but some of the tone too. Like it's kind of campy sometimes. Some of the sets are super. Oh yeah, Agent Kloss. The map that they put in this game. You see a blockade runner.
Go, go!
That Luke skin's the best skin in the game. You see a blockade runner on Agent Kloss. You know that's inside of the cave. It's the Resistance base, and that area in the movie, that set in particular, looked so 70s in such a good way. It's like if, I don't know. It's really hard for me to explain because they're not trying to make it the 70s. That's not what they're doing. It's not like, man, they reamed us. Oh my god. It's not a gimmick, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know how they were able to merge it so beautifully. Because it's true. The first Star Wars movie, it didn't have a huge budget. You know, some of it looked kind of cheap. Because they were making do with what they had, but they were able to pull such magic out of that. And The Rise of Skywalker didn't have cheap-looking sets. That's not what I'm saying. But they were able to somehow not imitate Star Wars, but tap into the magic of Star Wars, classic Star Wars. And I loved that. Like, for me, Rogue One is a super different Star Wars movie because they're not just doing the same thing that The Force Awakens did, or the prequels. And they're not even doing the same thing that the original trilogy did. They brought back a lot of original trilogy stuff, but it felt like a war movie. You know, it didn't feel like a classic Star Wars movie. It felt like a Star Wars war movie. The Rise of Skywalker, aesthetically, felt like a Star Wars movie. Loved it. I also loved Exegol. My god, that looked so good. And that one moment on Exegol with the battle, you know, the one got all quiet. It's this movie's version of the Lightspeed scene. Except, I don't see how anyone can have a problem with this. Oh god. Super run, go, 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 go! Whoa, 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 whoa! Locked him out. Locked his ass out, you bitch! Oh fuck.
Gate controls are not secure. Repeat.
Scared the shit out of me. Whew. You got a diaper in these suits? They're watching the doors though, that's so cheap. That's so cheap. That's so cheap. Oh, you bitch. Am I just jealous? Yeah. Yeah, I am, but... you bitch. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Ah, we lost anyway.
The resistance is fleeing, but no, impossible.
You know what? I'm gonna make a bet. Mandalorian Season 2, we're gonna have a holiday special-esque episode. It's gonna happen. They better film The Mandalorian really quick, though, before, like, the actor for Baby Yoda ages out of the character. Like Stranger Things, the reason they're pumping those seasons out so fast is because the kids are growing up. You know, the actors are getting too old to play kids anymore, so... Baby Yoda's not going to be a baby forever. You know, before that actor grows up, they gotta film that shit quick. I tell you what though, it's so weird. Like, I keep forgetting about Zori Bliss. I like Kerry Russell, and I actually think that Kerry Russell did a good job. And I like Zori Bliss in the movie. I like her and Poe's dynamic with each other, but she didn't need to be in the movie. And I think there were more important characters they could have focused on. Like Finn, who didn't really do much in the movie, except scream Rey. So, she probably shouldn't have been in the movie. I don't know. The whole trilogy should have been planned out from the beginning, though. I would love IG-88 to be in the game, or IG-11, but IG-88 was literally the Death Star at a certain point. He took over the Death Star. I think that's what... Yeah, that's how he died, right? He put himself into the Death Star, and then the Death Star blew up. Poor son of a bitch. Maybe it was the second Death Star. That's a weird. I don't know if you're talking about The Rise of Skywalker, but to me, there's a lot of complaining about female leads and stuff, but I did not. There's not a single moment in The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, or the Rise of Skywalker. There's not a single moment where it's like with Rey and they're like, but Rey, you're a girl, and then Rey's like, I am a girl, but I can also kick ass. Did that sound like Daisy Ridley? There's not a single Ghostbusters Captain Marvel moment where Captain Marvel, I'm not a sexist, all right? You know, there's nothing wrong with feminism. You don't have to look too far to see that there's, you know, there's a lot of sexism in the world. You know, I'm all for feminism. I'm all for equality. But Captain Marvel, it was really heavy-handed, and let's not pretend that Disney, this multi-billion-dollar corporation, actually cares about women. They don't. You know, Warner Brothers, Universal. Do they care about women? Does Universal Studios? Does Nestle? Does Ford? I'm gonna say there's not a single company in the world that cares about anything other than money. Yeah, Captain Marvel was really heavy-handed. However, Rey and the Star Wars trilogy, I don't see a single goddamn thing, personally. I don't see a single thing that was, like, direct. Maybe there was something like that in Rogue One. I don't remember anything like that in Rogue One. Captain Marvel, though, yeah. But I don't have a... I watched Captain Marvel. I don't have a problem with the movie. Some of that stuff was heavy-handed, and I just roll my eyes only because Disney's this multi-billion-dollar corporation who probably doesn't really care that much about feminism. But I don't like Captain Marvel just because it's average. But as a movie, it's not bad. It's not like Ghostbusters 2016. And the agenda thing, it's, you know, it's whatever. I don't care. I just don't enjoy Captain Marvel the movie. I don't like Captain Marvel the character. She's just too sassy. And it's not because she's a woman. It's not because of that. It's just because get your hand on the X button. Get ready to leave the live stream. I don't really care for Tony Stark. He's too sassy. To me, Captain Marvel, Tony Stark, I dislike them both for the same reason. They're just too sassy. It's so strange to me because I was a huge fan of Iron Man 1. Didn't like Iron Man 2. Didn't like Iron Man 3. My love for Marvel movies began and ended with Iron Man 1, and picked up again with The Winter Soldier, and then left. And then picked up with Guardians of the Galaxy, and then left. Iron Man, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Winter Soldier. I think that's it. Yeah. Goddamn, Winter Soldier was great. Chris Evans is great in Knives Out. Anyway, I'm going to be streaming again in the next couple days, and the next live stream, I'm going to be giving away a copy of Jedi Fallen Order. So I hope you guys are able to join me for that, and thank you sincerely for joining me for this. The next stream is probably going to be a spoiler stream, because I want to get you guys' thoughts. I want to know what you think. I want to talk about spoilers with you. There's so many scenes that I want to know what you thought about it. I'm excited for that. But yeah, that will probably be Monday that I'll be giving away a copy of Jedi Fallen Order and doing the spoiler stream. So I hope you guys will join me for that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe for more, because I'm going to be streaming a hell of a lot more in 2020. My internet seems to be working fine now. I don't know what the hell happened. And you know what? I'm not going to jinx it. I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to accept it. Anyway, thanks, guys. I appreciate you. And I hope to see you guys Monday. Oh, yeah. Any platform. Whoever wins, they get to choose the platform. It doesn't matter if it's... it doesn't matter if it's PlayStation, PC, Xbox. You get to choose what it is. By the way, in the chat room, I've got a special video link. Did that go through? All right, I spammed it. I spammed it, but I'm allowed. I'm allowed, damn it. I have a plan. I donate to the camp. I do my part. Anyway, check out the video in the chat room. Thank you guys for joining me for this live stream. I will see you guys Monday if my internet's up. And until then, may the force be with you. Always. Take care, guys. Thanks. And happy weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Take care, guys. Yes, Martin, good question. The giveaway is going to be worldwide. I'm going to regret that because it's a pain in the ass to do giveaways if you guys live in another country. But to me, it feels fair to do it worldwide. So it's going to be a worldwide giveaway. Doesn't matter where you're from. Take care, guys. Enjoy your Saturday. Adam Driver carried the trilogy. You're not wrong. Personally, I like Daisy Ridley as an actress. But I mean, Adam Driver is like, shit, man. He's like Daniel Day-Lewis. Like, I know that's something. You know, I'm saying something there, but I honestly believe like he is as good as acting gets. Acting is subjective, but I think Adam Driver is about as good as it gets. Marriage Story. Oh my God. You want to feel something, you go watch Marriage Story. What you feel will depend on you, and that's fucking awesome. Anyway, guys. Thanks. I'll see you again Monday. Take care. Damn it, one more thing. Ryan said, what giveaway? Can someone fill me in on the last 110 minutes? Watch the stream. But as far as the giveaway goes, I'm doing a giveaway this Monday if my internet's working. This Monday, I'm streaming this game again, and I'm giving away a copy of Jedi Fallen Order. Worldwide. Mr. Worldwide! Whatever platform you got. PC, PS4, PlayStation. Damn it, I already said that. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC. Whatever the winner has, they get Jedi Fallen Order for that platform. Alright, guys. Take care.